Hey guys, Jeremiah Davis and Mark Morehouse from the Cedar Rapids Gazette here, back after the bye week at the Hanson Performance Center. Kinnick Stadium right behind us, obviously. Our 3 and out for this week. First one, Mark, Akram Wadley said today that he's worked a little bit out of the slot in practice so far, and that comes on the heels of last week Greg Davis mentioning that there was a chance that both running backs could play at the same time.
We have a few plays with me and LaShawn. We in at the same time, and it's been looking good out there. It's been looking good.
Slot or out wide or in the backfield together?
A slot.
Yeah. How'd you like being 7 catches Saturday? You're in, it kind of started to turn toward the end of last year where they were using you more out of the backfield as a receiver. Seems to be something that's in your comfort zone, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. And whether it's from the backfield or from the slot position, any way to help the team out best, I'm comfortable.
Sounds like Akram was real there, and
right.
I don't expect the offense to change its stripes at all. If you're going to tune in Saturday night and expect to see a whole new offense,
right.
It's just not happening. It's just not happening. But I can see, I think they kind of tipped their hand against Wisconsin.
Right.
7 receptions for Akram in that game. They want to get him to space. They want to get him the ball.
Right.
This offense is starved for playmakers, for skill playmakers, and Akram definitely fits that bill. And LaShawn.
Right.
LaShawn has to make this work too. That's the reason why he's out there, because he's a good running back. Akram is a good guy to have with the ball. So don't expect wholesale changes. Maybe we see this. Maybe it works. I think it's worth a shot, right?
Well, for sure, and I think that your idea that this probably not going to be a ton of changes was tipped by the fact that Kirk Ferentz made a joke about the Wildcat and Razzle Dazzle.
Akron mentioned that in practice he's been working, we don't know how much, but just a little bit in the slot. Is that an effort to jumpstart the passing game?
Yeah, it was really a Wildcat, and we've got a triple option with a pass off of it, and all kinds of Razzle Dazzle stuff. So. We're just fooling around, different looks and all, what have you. Nothing major.
Your best players right now are those 2 guys, so why not find them the ball?
Right. This offense needs skill players. We saw a couple things out of Wisconsin. There was one. The Skycam was at the game,
right?
Because it was an ESPN game, and it did show one of the pass plays what Beathard was actually looking at. Mm-hmm. It wasn't pretty. There was a bunch of white jerseys covering a bunch of black jerseys, and it wasn't pretty for Iowa. So this is an offense. Obviously, I'm not telling you guys anything you don't know. This is an offense that needs playmakers. That gives them an opportunity, kind of like a planaria. You cut them in half, and then there's 2 of them. So that helps.
There you go. Well, we'll see if that happens. Our second thing today, injuries.
George Kittle didn't really look like himself, obviously, against Wisconsin. What do you expect to get out of him this week?
He'll be 2 weeks down the road from then, so hopefully a lot better. He's been better in practice. He's not 100%. Nobody is right now, at least the guys that have had injuries. But
same with Boone Myers, and he's on the depth chart. So
Boone, Budget, all those guys. Hopefully they'll be ready to go. I don't know if they'll be 100%, but they'll. I think it'll be tough to keep them out.
Kittle tried to play against Wisconsin. I thought he did everything he could.
Right.
It was a game effort, but in reality, he just wasn't. You could tell in the first play he lost on a block, and that wasn't him. So obviously, Iowa needs all hands on deck, and the biggest thing I think in this game right now, this week, will be, the offensive line setting the table and talking to Ike Butker. He doesn't know where he doesn't quite know where he's playing. He's either going to be the left tackle, one of the most important guys in the field, or he's going to be left guard.
I believe so, yeah.
Or is it right guard? Left guard. So he doesn't even know which position he's playing. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
They've done that before.
Our third thing, unofficial whiteout at Penn State. At Penn State this weekend. Either way, going into Happy Valley and Beaver Stadium with 110,000 people or whatever it is.
Penn State's got a really good football team. They're playing well right now, and it's a tough environment, very challenging environment to play in.
It is a cool environment. The place is like a giant erector set. It's just. I feel like the cast of that one show, Deer Hunter, is going to walk up from under the stadium, and just like they kind of welded it together just there and then, have an old style or Latrobe or whatever, old Rolling Rock or whatever.
Oh, wow.
But I feel like it's that kind of setting. Obviously, it's not, but
Right.
that's what I feel like. And but it's a big stage. I mean, national television Saturday night. It's on ABC, the big stage, and then 105,000. This is Iowa's first game, not the Rose Bowl, in a
Right.
100,000 seat stadium since 2013 at Ohio State. So
Right.
it is a bit of a new environment for these guys. It is a bigger stage. Asking the guys, how they felt about that, they're like, yeah, it should be pretty cool, but it's not going to bother us.
Right, because you totally expected them to be like, oh, yeah, I can't,
Yeah,
I'm sweating this.
I got to go see my therapist.
Right. Well, none of these guys have been there, right? It was 2011 was the last time?
2009.
So-
2011, yeah. And
Right.
I don't think any of these guys have been there. It is what it is. I think Iowa really impressed me in 2009.
Sure.
It was an underdog. It gave up a touchdown on one of the first 2 plays of the game. It lived to tell about it. It won the game. So I think focusing on their jobs, focusing on the little things here and there, blots out the 105,000, blots out the unofficial whiteout. So that's they got to double down on that this week.
Well, Iowa has some experience going against Penn State as a touchdown or more underdog. They have, I think, 3 or 4 wins in that scenario. So we'll see what happens on Saturday. In
Can't
Happy
sell
Valley.
it. It's
No.
a tough sell that Iowa is still in the Big Ten West
That's true.
race. They got to win them all,
Right.
and it starts this week. And what a great stage to kind of either kick that off or end it.
Yeah.
Whichever way it's going to go.
Absolutely. Well, that's all for 3 and Out. I'm Jeremiah Davis. He's Mark Morehouse. Check out On Iowa on Facebook and On Iowa on thegazette.com. Have a good one.